Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, we are going to be doing a hits and misses video. You guys know I love doing these because these are essentially my final thorough thoughts on all of these products that I have hauled or picked up recently that I know you guys are super excited to know if I think they're worth it or not. We do have a very interesting roundup in today's video. There's definitely some misses here that I do want you guys to avoid, so do stay tuned to find out what product I am talking about that is definitely one of the worst letdowns of the year. Let's get right on into it, guys. This is my first love, my first fave product that I'm about to talk to you guys about. This is definitely a hit, and these are the Tower 28 lip glosses. Now, these, you guys, I did end up picking up two in my VIB sale haul. The first one is Coconut, and the second one is Oat. Now, Oat, of course, is much more of a lighter pink, and Coconut is much more of a rosy pink. Both of these, you guys, are beautiful lip glosses, and they are called the ShineOn Lip Jellies. Now, this is my first Tower 28 product. A lot of you guys really liked these glosses because you said they were hydrating and they smell really nice. They actually do. They smell almost like butterscotch. I think butterscotch is kind of that perfect description word of this one because it smells like candy, but like rich candy. So it is a lip product that does have a scent, but I don't find that I smell the scent after I put them on my lips. Then the scent just dissipates and it doesn't stay throughout the day on your lips or anything, but it does have a really nice hydrated look. They're so beautiful. I've actually been wearing these quite a bit. Now, just so you guys know, with regards to mask wearing, these are going to transfer. They do not set down or act like a stain or anything, so they will transfer. But I find once I take my mask off, I'm able to apply one of these and it's just a really nice hydrating finish to the lips. So here we have both the shades. We have Oat and then we have Coconut. Both of them are gorgeous. I actually use both of them consistently, I would say. I don't think I have a shade that I like better. Both of them have the same performance quality when it comes to hydration and that smoothness. It's something you can layer on really well. And it's definitely not a sticky gloss, which I also like because that is something I hate, is a sticky gloss. I'm actually currently wearing Coconut from the two of these and I love it. This is definitely my first hit, and these glosses, you guys, are a must try if you haven't tried them already. While we're talking about lip products, this next product is also a lip product, which is something that I did pick up in my VIB sale also. This is the Powder Kiss lip color from MAC. A lot of you guys were wondering, especially my American subscribers were asking why the link wasn't working for you guys, and I believe it's because MAC is only sold at Sephora Canada as of now, so that's probably why you couldn't see it on the US side of Sephora. But this is also the continuation of the Powder Kiss line. They do have bullet lipsticks also that to me did not smell very well, and they were definitely a miss. These are a lot better. So these are the liquid lip colors, and although they still have that powdery matte finish, and there's definitely some things about that I'm going to talk about because it is definitely a lot better in consistency than the bullet ones. The bullet ones I found were a lot more drying and a little bit stiffer. Because this is a liquid lip color, it does have more of that smoothness, but it is still creamy and that powdery kind of finish when you're done. The doe foot to this is a little bit different. It is a little bit skinny and it doesn't really have like a significant flat edge or anything to apply it to the lips. It's not as easy as you would think. So this is something that I kind of wish was a little bit different, but the comfortability of this matte is definitely there. What I will say though is that your lips, you guys, you must exfoliate your lips before using this. If you do not exfoliate, it is going to collect into any crevice or cut or flakiness or anything like that. It's going to accentuate it. That's just the type of formula this is. So you do need to exfoliate and preferably put on like a light primer even to make it absolutely shine. So this is more of a high maintenance lip product, if I'm gonna be honest, but definitely a lot better than their Powder Kiss bullets. Is this an absolute favorite and something that I would be buying tons of shades with? No. that is something I'm gonna say. So if you do like comfortable mattes and you don't mind doing those extra steps to prep the lips, this is definitely gonna be kind of up your alley, especially if you like the Powder Kiss formula already. If you don't and you're kind of like a low maintenance gal when it comes to lip products, do note that this one is a little bit more of a high maintenance product. So although it's really nice, it's one that still has some additional steps to make it look perfect. The shade that I picked up is Date Maker, and this is a really nice shade. It's definitely like a rosy kind of light pink color. It's beautiful. And when I do those extra steps, it is something that I enjoy wearing. It doesn't set down fully. It has still that creamy smoothness when you move your lips. So it is a comfortable matte product. However, the Matte Trance by Pat McGrath, Matte Revolution from Charlotte Tilbury, I just find they're not as high maintenance as this one. All right, guys, this is a update on a new Chanel foundation I know you guys are gonna really love to hear about. This is the Sublimage L'Essence de Teint foundation from Chanel, and I've now worn this 5 times. So I can tell you guys exactly what's what, I would say. It does come with a brush as well, and to be honest with you, I've tried applying it with the brush. I've tried applying it with my preferred method, which is a sponge or a beauty blender application. You can do either application process. I don't think that the brush makes it 10 times worse to apply or anything, but I just prefer the sponge. So that's what I find I still use. And this is one that is very, very stunning on the skin. I would say it's more of a natural finish. It does lean slightly matte, just slightly. And after about 6 to 7 hours, I feel like it starts to gather in my dimple line, which is this side of my face. There we go. And it also kind of tends to gather a little bit in the forehead because I do have some expressive lines on my head when I'm just talking. So this is one after about 6 to 7 hours, it does start to slightly gather and get a little bit dry. But other than that, you guys, this is a lovely, lovely foundation. When I use a primer with it, it helps extend it a little bit more with regards to the collecting part. But this is definitely something that makes the skin look gorgeous. And I do think with the sponge application, for some reason, it maybe just adds that little bit of moisture because the sponge is damp. I don't know, it just looks a little bit more even and glowy to me versus the brush applicator. I feel like it can look even a little bit more matte. Maybe that's just in my head, but definitely notice a little bit of a difference with how it translates on the skin depending on how you apply it. So this is going to be for the bougie gal. Honestly, this isn't a foundation that is blowing me away where like you absolutely need this in your life. But if you love Chanel and you love that light to medium coverage, the, you know, natural look to the skin, the blendability, it can be built up to a medium, but not much more than that, just so you guys know. It does have a scent as well, so just keep that in mind, like the classic Chanel Camellia Flower type scent, but it is a winner when it comes to Chanel and their line. But it also is, I think it's like 185 Canadian dollars or something like that. And if I'm honest, you guys, that price rivals the La Mer Soft Fluid, and I actually like the La Mer one better. So if I'm gonna be honest, the La Mer one still takes the cake for me, and if I'm spending that kind of money, it's going that way. This isn't a foundation I hate though, but it's not something I think I'll be repurchasing because there's other favorites that are less money, and the La Mer, if I'm going to be spending 185, it's going that direction because that one is just a little bit better. It just has a little bit more of a creaminess to it and a slight more dewiness to the skin that makes me love it a little bit more. Okay guys, I just double checked. It's actually way more than 185. It is 210 for the Chanel foundation in Canadian dollars, and the La Mer is 155. So of course I'll be buying the La Mer next time. I'll be enjoying this, but won't be a repurchase. I want to talk about the most disappointing miss in the entire hits and misses video, and potentially the most disappointing miss of the year. If I'm going to be honest. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Tinted Love Lip and Cheek Tint, and you guys are probably going to be pretty surprised when I tell you about my distaste for these. They're definitely not my favorite product at all. Preference-wise and performance, I don't think they are worth the money. I picked up 2 shades. The first one is Santa Euphoria. The second one is Petal Pink. And to be honest with you, look how distinctly different these tubes are. I actually think they translate very similarly on the lips when they set down. It's really weird because Petal Pink is significantly brighter pink than the Santa Euphoria. It looks the exact same when set down on the lips. It's so, so strange. So I'm going to show you guys, this is like the swatch on my hand, like how sheer that is. So can you see that? It's like so incredibly sheer. This is Petal Pink, by the way. Like, is that a mistake? It just doesn't seem like it's bright enough to be Petal Pink. And then Santa Euphoria I'm going to do on the other side. And this is again like 1, 2 layers, 3, like, can you see that? It's basically nothing. Santa Euphoria on the left side and then the Petal Pink on the right, and they're both translating fairly deep on my hand and literally sheer to almost nothing pigmentation. The formulation on these is very watery. It's very, very thin. It's extremely runny. You try to build it up and it's very difficult to do so. It does cap out at like a couple layers. I don't know, it falls so short for me. Like, this is definitely supposed to be a tint, so it's not supposed to be a heavily pigmented product. However, why buy both of them when they translate to the same kind of rosy color on the lips? It's literally fractions of a degree different between them. When you apply them, they have that watery consistency. Like I said, you can build it up for a couple of layers, but then it gets to a point after a minute or two where it just sets down and you can no longer layer it. And then it fades so quickly, like so fast. These I think are like 39 Canadian each. Like, hell no, you guys, I'm telling you, no, like, not worth it. I'm very passionate about that. I just don't think they're worth it. I did try to apply them to the cheeks also. No, because of how watery they are, like, it offers the finest tint, and even then it lasts for not even an hour. When I was watching television and kind of going about my day, because we're really not going anywhere right now, I looked in the mirror after about an hour and I saw they were gone. Like, this is not something that is going to be long lasting, so why bother? Like, I would rather just wear makeup for it to last or not wear makeup. That's really my choices. If it's not going to last for more than an hour, why am I putting it on? Why am I wasting my money? No. The packaging to me also is slightly drugstore looking, but that's also just kind of a nitpicky thing and more of a preference, nothing to do with the performance quality of the product, but to me they're kind of lightweight, plasticky, almost drugstore in appearance and in feel. So if you guys have picked these up and they work for you, I'm happy for you. So try not to get offended or anything, but this is definitely a skip, a miss for sure. Next, let's talk about a bronzer that I really love, and this is the Kosas Cosmetics Medium Golden Bronze Powder Bronzer. I did get this also in the VIB sale, and I wasn't quite sure how the medium would look on me. It looked pretty dark in pan, but surprisingly it does work out. I just have to make sure I'm a little bit light-handed with this because it can get quite dark quickly for me. So I just make sure that I use a smaller bronzer brush for this, and it does work perfectly fine. The sheeniness of this bronzer just makes it so glowy and beautiful on the skin. It is one that you can layer well, but for this deeper shade for myself, I have to be careful with the layering, but it does layer. I think it's gonna look absolutely stunning in the summertime, more so because of the goldenness to it. But this is a gorgeous bronzer. I'm gonna swatch it on my arm here so you can see, but it's just like you can see the goldenness to it. It is so stunning. It is a little bit like a touch deep for me, which is why I have to be a bit careful. The glowiness of this though just makes it look sun-kissed and gorgeous on the skin. It's definitely like that nice, like summery kind of bronzy look. I'm definitely gonna be pulling this out a lot more when we get back into spring and summer months, but this is so beautiful. And it has like a, not really a smell, like a fragrant smell. It just has like a weird chalky smell. That's kind of what I mean. So you can tell that it's not like anything, you know, synthetic being injected into this, like scent-wise, but it does have an odd like smell where it's kind of chalky. Kind of smelling. So luckily it doesn't translate on the skin or anything, but it is so beautiful. You can see how it even shines against my light here, how it's got like the deepness of the pigment, but then it also has that goldenness. It is so beautiful. It's also like a baked bronzer type product. I'm really happy with this one, and you guys suggested this over and over again. So this is definitely something that's going to make me very excited to try more of the line. So let me know what other Kosas products you like. Let's talk about the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. Now this is a scented spray, and you can absolutely smell it when you spray your face. The good news is that this dissipates into the skin really fast, sets the makeup beautifully, and has that slight slight glow to the skin, but nothing too substantial, just a little bit. This is something that I did get the mini size of because of the fragrant component. You guys know that I try not to put too much fragrance on my skin on a regular basis, so this is a perfect amount because I also have other setting sprays to use up, so that's the first thing. The second thing is the fragrant component in it doesn't give me the pressure to have to use up a full size of this because I only got the mini. So definitely worth the buy in my opinion, unlike the Tinted Love things that Charlotte brought out recently. This is definitely something that I do like, and it is something I've been grabbing a ton to set my face. I also have tried it beforehand too to kind of refresh the skin before applying foundation, and what I will say with that is that I don't notice that my foundation looks any better or any different than if when I spray this first. So that's something they tell you to do, is to spray before and after applying makeup, but I only see the significant benefit after the fact with the glowiness and the refresh and like the bit of hydration to the skin. I don't notice anything beforehand that makes my foundation look exponentially better. So just so you guys know, I only do it after, even though they say both, just because I haven't noticed a difference, but this is a very nice setting spray. The floral scent I could have done without, but it is a nice product to kind of set the makeup throughout the day and just leave it, and it still looks amazing 8 hours later. The last product I want to give an update on is these tampons. Now, I'm not going to get too explicit here because you guys, my channel is PG, okay? This is going to stay that way. I did actually try some of these recently, so there is still quite a few left, but I have tried them and I will let you guys know a couple things that I noticed. So first of all, the applicator for this and like the size of the tampon itself is actually a little bit wider of a circle versus the Tampax ones I usually use are a little bit more narrow. So I find when I'm actually putting them in, it's a little bit more uncomfortable with these because they're a little wider. So these are just like the regular. They also make them in super, so I'm assuming the super is going to be obviously a bit of a bigger size. But this is one that, okay, I do have to do some more research on just to actually see what is like the benefit of organic cotton versus the Tampax products still on the market, but these are significantly more money per product, so just keep that in mind. I do like this is a Canadian company though. This is called Blume. This is only on Sephora Canada as of right now. They do have other products too. The good thing is that, you know, they don't leak or anything. It's not like a product that is faulty in any way, but I do think that this is something I'm going to have to do a lot more research on, kind of outside this scope of things, and see, like, is it actually worth spending a bit more money? Are the other products truly unsafe? And really just kind of dive into some of these medical journals and see what I can come up with. So if you guys have any evidence-based stuff that you can share with me on this, I would love to see it, because as you guys know, I'm a nurse, so I have that medical analytical mind part of me, and I do like to see some research on these things. I don't like to make decisions based out of nothing. This is something that I'm very curious about because a lot of these kind of smaller companies are pushing organic cotton or cotton only products, saying that these other alternatives are not safe for us. So do let me know your thoughts, and I'm going to be doing some research also to see, but with regards to how these work, they work well. They're a little bit more uncomfortable to put in because they're slightly wider, so just a food for thought for you guys. What do you guys think of these hits and misses? What are your favorite products? What are products that you have tried that you absolutely don't like? Do let me know all of your thoughts down below, and thank you so much for watching once again. I really hope this was helpful for you. Until my next one, guys, stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
But somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way.